So my point to you is, I love a lot of different women. What's wrong with just wanting to have sex with any good-looking woman that I happen to love that I can? I was trying to hit a chord in you and in everybody else, where we realize to view a person simply as a good-looking babe or a good-looking stud is pretty dehumanizing.
This guy has a problem with Christianity, so make sure to watch till the end because I have a Bible verse that will tie all of this together. And shout out to Cliff and give me an answer. Let's get right into the video.
Just go word for it, you know? It's just like, well, this has got to be it, you know? Like, what do you got to say about that? I don't know, because, like, you're saying, I don't know,
Well,
why restrict?
Right, why restrict? So my point to you is, I love a lot of different women. What's wrong with just wanting to have sex with any good-looking woman that I happen to love that I can?
Well, do you feel that a person, like, can consist with another person with love 100% throughout their whole life? You feel like you will never have a falling out with your spouse if you were to have one, and like you feel like everything is not circumstantial? Because I feel like it is. Situations where you have a guy that you're talking about, like he would find a new girlfriend if she got in a wreck that night. But there are guys out there that if she were to get a wreck, would stay with her. I mean, it's completely circumstantial.
Good.
What I'm just saying is, like, are you saying that it's not?
I was trying to hit a chord in you and in everybody else, where we realize to view a person simply as a good-looking babe or a good-looking stud is pretty dehumanizing. It's really trashing a person. When God created our sexuality, He created us to enjoy sex within the context of a commitment with another person, not with a Barbie doll, not with a stud.
Well, that's what I'm saying, person, like...
Person.
It's open-ended, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay, but according to the scriptures, when God gave us our sexuality as a beautiful gift, He gave it to us for the purpose of one man and one woman making a lifelong commitment to each other and then enjoying sex within the context of that lifelong commitment.
Well, I understand. Well, that's what, well, okay, but what I'm saying is, like, it could develop, and that's what I'm saying, like, it is turned, well, I'm just saying, it's, like, completely dated in a way. Like, if he had made the love, the whole concept of love between man and woman, it could evolve, and that's what I'm saying, like, to, like, stand strong, and that's what I'm saying, like, I think it could evolve into, like, a man loving a love.
Sure, and I can evolve to the point of loving to have sex with little boys. And I can evolve to the point of loving to have sex with a horse or a dog. But, according to Jesus Christ and the scriptures, that's not the purpose for which God gave me my sexuality.
Well,
according to Christ and the scriptures, the purpose.
That's what I'm saying, like development, like the building on.
Yeah, I could go home and have sex with my dog and exercise my free will. That's possible. But according to Christ, it's a perversion of that gift of human sexuality. God did not create me to have sex with my dog. But I could do it, you're right, I got a free will.
This is like wild illustrations. But it's like, yeah, his point is, yeah, we have all evolved. That doesn't mean that it's the way God intended us to be. Having sex with an animal is not okay. Just like having same-sex relations doesn't mean that's okay either.
It's perverse to, like, make subcultures to, like you got so many separate, like, branches of Christianity, because there's, like, you've got, like, Protestant, you've got, like, you know what I'm talking about, like, it's splintered. Do you think that's perverse to, like, take in a different direction, to look at a different way, to look at a man and a woman in a different light? Do you think that's perverse?
Well, it's the question of, did God create sex? If God did create our sexuality, what's the purpose for which He created it? Now, if God didn't create sex, then I hope you're not going to laugh at me if I want to have sex with my dog. Because if I'm an accident and my dog's an accident, there's nothing wrong with my dog and me having sex. All right? And if I want to have sex with little boys and we're all accidents, there's nothing wrong with me having sex with little boys.
Such a gross illustration. Wow.
If there is a God who created our lives for a purpose and created our sexuality for a purpose, then I better figure out and find out what's the purpose for which God made me. What's the purpose for which God gave me my sexuality? Now, according to Christ, God did not give me my sexuality to have sex with my dog, sex with many different women, or sex with another man. According to Christ and the scriptures, God gave me my sexuality to enjoy with one woman within the context of a lifelong commitment. That's marriage. Now, obviously, if Christ is blowing smoke, I'm not going to follow it.
Well, I'm not suggesting that at all, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like some parts of the Bible are dated.
There we
That's what I'm
go.
saying, because, like, there's definitely, like,
Right.
sexism in the Bible, but yet we have turned, like, overturned to that.
Oh, wait a second. There's rape, adultery, and murder in the Bible. The Bible's not saying go out and do likewise. And you're absolutely right. There's sexism in the Bible, but the Bible's not saying go out and do likewise.
Well, I'm just saying, like, in the sense of, like, it was the fundamental, like, education. You're subconsciously influenced by everything around you. These people had to write the Bible. And so therefore, it's like there's certain biases in the process of writing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's dated in that context between like it's like somebody writing like a chapter nowadays. It would be completely like I don't know, like left compared to like what is right and what was then. You know what I mean?
So who's the authority when it comes to morality and ethics?
Well, depending on like who do you think is the author, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but who's the authority for your life when it comes to deciding what's right and what's wrong?
Oh, me.
Exactly.
Completely.
Okay.
And that's what I'm
completely
saying.
right. So you see, my point is, are you sure that you are that reliable that you should put your faith so preeminently in yourself?
Yeah, why not? I mean.
Okay, well, let me tell you why not for me.
Well,
The reason that I trust Christ ultimately and not myself is because I'm not too intelligent until it comes to rationalizing whatever I want to do,
okay.
then I turn downright brilliant. If I want to do something bad enough, I can find a reason for it. I'm a slippery rascal. And guess what? One of the reasons I feel so comfortable sharing that with you all is because you're not too different from me. We can rationalize whatever we want to do badly enough. You know that
True.
guy? He's got too much money. Stealing a little bit from him? No problem. You know, he went to a better high school. Therefore, me cheating off his exam, totally fine.
Well, don't you think?
I can turn downright brilliant when it comes to rationalizing whatever I want to do.
See, cool.
That's why I can't put my faith ultimately in myself.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, like self-worth. I mean, like I feel like it's circumstantial in the sense that you're saying that somebody that has a courageous like self-worth and like for instance myself, I think I could do anything as long as I have the right motivation, the right effort to put into exerting the right force. I can do as much as I can. I mean, like the sky's the limit to what you can do for yourself. But it's saying that if I don't have I don't mean this in a negative way, a crutch of religion on my side, then I'm going to be damned in the long run. It's just like
What's the basis of your self-worth?
self-worth is
Yeah.
to make sure that like I understand that this is completely like butterfly effect, that like I influence everybody around me and everybody influences me, and that I don't want to be like detrimental to anybody. I don't want to hold anybody back, and it's therefore I'm not.
What if you do be detrimental to someone? Like, I mean, it was an accident, but you completely ruined someone's life. How much self-worth will you have then? But with God, you have intrinsic value because you're made in the image of God.
Not holding myself back. So
Do you believe that you're an accidental collection of atoms?
I do believe I'm an accident. I mean,
Okay. So you believe you're an
my
accident.
parents told me that.
So if you're an accident, how can you talk about self-worth?
Well, self-worth, this is what I've got. This is what I got to work with, and that's what I'm saying. I'm conscious. I'm not saying I'm not. Hey, what's up?
So it's what you've dreamt up in your head.
Well, how do you know this is not a dream if we're talking about dreams? You know what I mean?
Great
But-
point. I might be a bad dream you're having right now.
Well, no, definitely not. This is, every conversation is a beautiful thing. I mean, just because you have different views doesn't mean it's, you know.
Well, thank you. I'm a good dream you're having.
That's cool, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, but I'm going to press you to be consistent. If you genuinely believe that you're an accident,
All right, cool.
you can't talk to me about your worth and value as being real. Maybe that's a nice dream.
Okay.
Maybe that's a nice prejudice. But in reality, you're an accident. You don't have worth. Right?
Well, I feel like that holds like accident, like words. There's so much meaning to like one word. Accident is kind of like a very negative stance in this conversation we're having right now. I don't feel like it's such a negative connotation. I feel like accident, what we're saying right now, it's like a collective amount. I mean, like it doesn't mean that there's some matter that comes in the end. You know what I mean?
All right? Well, let's put it this way.
It did happen.
Let's say that you have a horrible racist attitude towards this woman.
All right.
And I tell you, that's wrong.
Okay.
And you say, Cliff, why is that wrong? And I say, because I've given her worth. She has worth. I give her value.
Cool. I understand that. Cool.
You have every reason to look me in the face and say, yeah, so what? I don't give her that same value you do. But if, in reality, there's a God who created this woman for a purpose, and because he created her for a purpose, she has innate value, then if you or I dump on her, that is absolutely evil. Because we are attacking a human being who has been given dignity by God.
Well,
But if she's just an accident,
well, that's what I'm saying. But like, why do you have to sell fear? Why can't I be like, you know?
fear?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're making like.
That was
every,
not
like,
fear.
Okay, hold on.
No, it's a question of what's real.
Well, I'm just saying, like every situation you put out there, it's very negative. That's what I'm saying. Like.
Yeah, racism is negative.
It's
Correct.
very negative. Well.
Right.
You know, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Very real in this world.
That's the point, though, what he's getting at. There's some people who think these negative things that you think are negative, some people think they're not negative. They think they're okay. And who is going to tell them that it's not negative if there's no God?
Okay. But what I'm saying is, like, back to the point I made earlier, like, I don't hold to any faith right now, you know? I mean, like, I've yet to...
Yes, you do. You told me you do.
Well, other than myself.
You have faith in yourself.
I'm talking about, like, you know, the book. There's
Yeah, the
so many
book, yeah, the Bible. You don't, right.
guidelines, you know what I mean?
Right. You may
And what I'm
communicate
just
that
saying,
clearly.
like, in the guidelines, it states that, like, I'm damned, you know what I mean? But the fact is, like, I don't wish upon any harm onto her, you know what I'm saying? So why would I necessarily be damned if I,
Well, it's very simple.
take sovereignty to a deity?
Right, it's very simple, sir. If you choose to live your life separate from God, he's not going to force you to spend eternity with him. That'd be horrible, wouldn't it? If you want to live your life separate from God,
Am I going to be in limbo then? I mean, like...
you're going to be separate from him, and Jesus described that as being hell.
Well, thanks.
Well, that's from him, man. It's not me. I didn't make that up. I'm just delivering his mail. And what Jesus said is God loves you. He's so good, he gave you this incredible gift of life. The ultimate injustice is you to say, you know, get out of here. Wait a second. Wait, don't tell him to get out. He loves you, man. He gave you this incredible gift of life.
But how can I
Thank
get out
him.
of here? Well, what I'm saying is, like, how can I get out of here if, like, this is his creation, you know? I mean, I'm here. There's no way
Yeah.
to escape. And,
Yeah.
And if everybody affects me and I take in everybody what they, like, give to me, you know,
Right.
I'm, like, absorbing all that, it's hard to say that I'm not a part of that. And I'm not saying that I'm denouncing it.
Right.
But I'm not, how can I, what I'm saying is, like, how can I turn my back on it?
Because you got a free will, man. You don't have to do anything. You choose to do what you choose to do.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's just like you can't escape it, and that's what I'm saying.
That's right. You didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to be born. You didn't ask to have your parents. I didn't ask to have my parents. You're absolutely right.
All right, cool.
Now, do the best you can with what you got. And the message of Christ is he loves you. He wants to live in relationship with you. He's got eternity out there in heaven for you. Don't look the gift horse in the face and say, no, thank you. No, trust him. Receive him.
All right. So hang in there, buddy.
You too, man.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, with that viewpoint, you gotta admit, just like believing in God and the one who created you is the one who gave you purpose. So that's so good. So now I have a Bible verse that will tie all of this together. Philippians 3:8 says, yes, everything else is worthless when compared with the infinite value of knowing Christ Jesus my Lord. For his sake, I have discarded everything else, counting it all as garbage so that I could gain Christ. So guys, anything in this world is not worth it. It's only going to leave you more empty and less satisfied. So make sure you go to God today. Know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and that will be the truest pleasure and joy of all time. So guys, thank you so much for watching. In the description below, there's a link for you to so you could decide to follow Jesus for the first time. I encourage you to do that today. I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I know we could do it with your help. So thank you for all your love and support. It means the world. And also, you might like one of these videos here. Peace.